If you've been following my channel for a while or you've looked at some of my older videos, then you know I'm really big on stability training. I'm a very form-focused personal trainer. And I think that having stability of a joint and the muscles in that joint is crucial to perform ranges of motion safely. Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways to improve your shoulder stability. Shoulder injuries in general are very common, whether it be from imbalances in the body, overuse injuries from your job or in the gym, or just plain bad form. Now, I don't want to come right out of the gate and knock any exercises, but I'm not really a fan of the behind the neck shoulder press that I see people do sometimes. The reason this exercise is so unsafe because you're taking external rotation, a body mechanic that is generally kind of weak in people, and you're forcing a huge amount of weight on it. But external rotation is very important to maximize shoulder stability. So I find that a good way to load this body mechanic that is actually similar to the behind the neck press is to do what I'm doing here on the cable machine. You'll see that I am maximizing a contraction with external rotation, and then holding that contraction, holding that squeeze, and then attempting to press overhead best I can. Now some of you may wonder, why is this better than the behind the neck press if it's sort of the same thing? Well, when you initiate the movement with external rotation first, you're doing the max amount of weight that external rotation can perform for you, as opposed to just going into maximum shoulder press weight and forcing that upon the external rotation muscles, which could get injured. So this way you're training external rotation in the press safely. So in turn, this will stabilize a lot of muscles that are typically inactive or underdeveloped during a regular shoulder press. So building off of the whole concept of inactive muscles, let's look into proper posterior deltoid activation. When you tack on your rear deltoid raises at the end of your shoulder workout, do you really feel it in your rear deltoids, or do you feel it right in the center of your back and maybe in your traps? It's most likely the latter because you're simply not getting your elbow high enough when you do this motion. The individual in this demonstration is Matthew, and so I am guiding Matthew's elbow up higher in order to maximize the contraction of the posterior deltoids. If the elbow were to be raised at a lower angle, sure, there would be some rotator cuff activation, but for the most part, all these other bigger muscles are going to take over and the posterior deltoid will not get enough activation. Doing these arm abductions on an inclined bench like this may be difficult to do at first. Some may not even be able to use any weight, but it's better that you develop these movements and develop these muscles slowly and surely with good form in order to maximize stability and development down the road. And furthermore, if you're suspicious that you have weak posterior deltoids, you'll want to fully abduct your arm like this, and if you cannot hold your arm up, that's a sign of weakness. You want to be able to find a peak contraction and be able to hold it. And with weights, this exercise doesn't look like much, but I promise you, properly activating your posterior deltoids with this motion will make a huge difference in your training. Finishing up, let's take a look at the Scapular Race, which can be used to determine if you have muscular imbalances. The Scaption is simple. It's like a front raise, except you retract your scapula as far as you can and you keep it retracted the whole time. So when you raise those dumbbells in front of you, you almost shouldn't feel anything in the front deltoid. Pretty much all the activation should remain in the rotator cuffs, because you're using these muscles to rotate the arms upward and keep the scapula retracted. This is another exercise that can be done without weight to start in order to test if you can hold that scapular retraction or if the muscles give out early. Regardless, this is another great exercise to address the muscular imbalances between pushing and pulling. For a lot of us, you gotta admit that we do a lot more pushing than pulling in the gym, which could then cause us to be what I call front heavy, and this will significantly increase the chance that you get shoulder impingement or something else down the road. So it's important to address the muscles in your posterior chain from all angles and all body mechanics in order to maximally develop and stabilize your whole body. And by doing this, your shoulders will be safer and healthier on all ranges of motion that you perform. That'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned quite a bit here. If you enjoyed this type of video, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you guys don't miss any of my videos. Be sure to comment down below what you learned or what you want to see in the future. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next video.